Yes, welcome inside Callahan Hall as we get set for the headliner game. Number 1 Cass Tech against number 2 Brother Rice. Chad Bush alongside Sam Stick Day. Glad to be with you for game 2 at Callahan Hall for the collision at Callahan. And the first game's in the books. UAD wins and represents the Catholic League. So 1-0 is the Catholic League. To go 2-0, it would be somewhat of an upset. Some folks would say, Stick. Number 1 ranked for most folks is Cass Tech. The winners of the Detroit Public School League. It took overtime against King to get that. Brother Rice comes in, though, a favorite in other folks' minds. This should be a battle and a classic.
Yeah, I mean, if we started off the season, Brother Rice was considered the number 1 ranked team in the state. So, I mean, it depends on what week you're talking about on who the number 1 team is right now. Cass Tech presides there, but Brother Rice has something to say about it today, and this is a highly anticipated matchup, I think, both inside the city and outside the city and across the state. People want to see how these two teams are going to match up with each other.
No doubt. These have been the number 1 and 2 teams, as you see there, in the Metro Detroit Top 10, otherwise known as the PreP Top 10. And for good reason. I mean, this is the Catholic League's champion in a division that's been rated as one of the best with UAD, who we saw, and the 4th best team last year won the state title in Division 1. Now against Cass Tech, who's doing great things, a team that knocked off King in the championship, led by Steve Hall. And they're led by one of the best players, just a sophomore, Mr. PSL, the first sophomore ever in Darius Acuff.
Yeah, just Mr. Do Everything. So fun to watch when he has the ball in his hands. He's kind of a magician with it. And when you're a sophomore and you can stand out amongst all the athletes that Cass Tech brings, you know you're something special.
No doubt. We get set for Brother Rice and Cass Tech. We'll meet the starters coming up right after this. You're watching the collision at Callahan. Number 1 and number 2. We'll meet the starters right after this.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today, and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing!
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Cass Tech 21-0, the PSL champions. And we'll meet the starters for the technicians upon the best school year in school history. Darius Acuff. We talked about Acuff, one of the best players in the state, just a 10th grader, guy with high expectations, being recruited by Iowa State, West Virginia, Michigan State. Kenneth Robertson's their number 2 scorer, 14 points a game. Trayvon Cooper, their big, that plays on the perimeter quite a bit. Christian Harrison, a good glue guy, and Makai Walker leads their backcourt as well. We'll take a timeout, and when we come back, we'll meet these starters for Brother Rice coming up right after this.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy, forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
time to meet the starters for Bluefield Hills Brother Rice. And coming in 20-1, their only blemish was in their first Catholic League game of the year. They lost 38-34 to Warren De La Salle, state champs from a year ago. John Blackwell committed to Wisconsin at the point guard spot. Orrin Marshall, most improved, no doubt, emerging as a Division I player. Not mentioned amongst the big three. Rick Palmer says he deserves to be mentioned amongst the big four. Curtis Williams, a candidate also for Mr. Basketball. One of 5 announced today. Sonny Wilson was announced earlier. He played in the first game and led his team to victory. Xavier Thomas, a guy that Rick Palmer says is playing the best basketball of his career right now. And Chase Vandermeet in the middle. Took a shiner in practice, but he'll start today.
And that is a noticeable shiner.
An inadvertent elbow in practice, and Chase will make the start despite the shiner in that right eye. Rick Palmer is the head coach for Brother Rice. Rick is in his 5th year and assisted by Laddie Andehazy, Chris Burns, Eric Evans, and Leon McDonald. And Eric Evans is a former Cass Tech technician. And so there's a little bit of history there. Meanwhile, the bench for Cass Tech looks like this. Steve Hall is the fine head coach for Cass Tech. Steve doing a great job. And he's assisted by Bobby Johnson, Richard Laguerre, Ian Pitts, Llewellyn Fluker, and DeMarco Womble. As we are ready for this one. And Stick, it's one that a lot of folks have been excited to see. The Catholic League against the PSL, these two teams have been 1-2 all season.
Yeah, it's been a really fun year for both of these squads. 21-0 for Cass Tech, and Brother Rice, you know, their record speaks for itself as well. And watching them get to match up in the final game of the regular season before the state playoffs, it is going to be a fun matchup. You know, Brother Rice is very balanced at pretty much every position. They have D1 players all over the floor, but Cass Tech cannot be taken lightly. They play great team basketball, and, you know, one of my favorite players in the state. He doesn't start, but he comes off the bench. Corey Sadler, number 0 for Cass Tech. Going to be fun to watch to see what he does today.
Cass has made their runs off of pressure, trap, defensive pressure, relentless pressure. What a matchup to see how Blackwell and Brother Rice can handle the ball against this pressure.
Yeah, it's a good test for both these squads going into the state playoffs, and I think we're going to see, you know, just a little bit of taste of the intensity that's going to happen here in March.
These two teams would not match up in the MHSAA tournament until the finals. So if they were both able to get through, they wouldn't see each other until the end. So here we go. Cass Tech wins the tip, and we are underway. This is Christian Hairston with a basketball. And high on the left, this is Mr. Robertson, their number 2 scorer at 14 points a game. Cass Tech puts up a lot of points. This is a team that is second best in the state at scoring. They put up 73 a game.
Just looking at Cass Tech and Brother Rice on the floor right now, you can see a clear height advantage for Brother Rice. They are bigger at every single position.
Yep. Including this guy, Vandermeet, who comes in at 6'5". Acuff, here he is with a basketball.
This is a fun matchup. This is what you want to watch all day. 5-on-5.
Acuff pull up, 19-footer, no, and gets his own miss somehow. Cooper returns.
I mean, as you're seeing, Cass Tech is not afraid to run clock. It's been 1 minute of basketball, and they've gotten up one shot.
They've had some close games this year. Both were to King. A 4-point loss in overtime in the PSL Championship 12 days ago. As we get a short corner right runner and a foul, and Cass will get a chance to draw first blood with Mr. PSL Darius Acuff going line left.
Yeah, and even though Brother Rice has the size advantage, Cass Tech may have the quickness advantage, so it's going to be a fun matchup to watch which prevails.
Cass had a 6-point win over Flint Beecher, but they've been on some kind of run. They put up 112 points against Detroit Renaissance.
Wow.
As Acuff misses both free throws to start this game. Acuff was huge. He was our G of the game in the championship matchup 12 days ago. Sloppy start here thus far. Thomas, topside, triple. No, out of bounds.
Now it's interesting, Brother Rice had Thomas bringing the ball up against the press. I'm willing to bet that's not going to last entirely too long. He does have good handles for a big man, but I don't know if he's going to be able to break that relentless press that Cass Tech brings.
Blackwell should be the guy you'd think handling it most of the time. He had a good ball handling game. Not gaudy, but pretty impressive stat stuffing. 8 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. And the CSHL championship win over UAD. Methodical, slow start. Not the pace we expected. We're scoreless after 2 minutes.
You know, it's just like one of those boxing matches, feeling each other out in the first round.
Walker with a walk, fittingly enough, from that long corner right. And the game still looking for its first points.
And here you go, Brother Rice going to try to figure out this trap. And immediately they go to Blackwell.
Pressure quickly ahead to Marshall. Warren Marshall step back 15-footer, no. And a rebound pulled down by Mackay Walker, the senior.
Yeah, great defense by Trayvon Cooper on that possession.
Darius Acuff. Tyson Acuff, his cousins at Eastern Michigan playing. Topside three. That's too long, and that's from Kenneth Robertson, a guy they rely on for 14 points. Curtis Williams the other way, drawing the foul.
And that is the difference maker right there for Brother Rice. Curtis Williams has to be the guy that takes over this game. And you can see, look, he's big, he's long, he can get to the rim, and they're getting his defender just sliding a little bit to get the charge.
1,000-point scorer. I'm sorry, partner.
Oh, you're fine. I messed up.
Xavier Thomas also with 1,000 points to his credit, and John Blackwell. I mean, nothing like having your three-headed monster all with 4 figures.
And it was funny when we were talking to Coach Palmer about that. He was like, yeah, we got those out of the way. Like, nobody's worried about their 1,000 points anymore. Like, they all got them.
Yeah, got it out of the way, no big deal. The game's first point has happened. It took 2 minutes and nearly 40 seconds, and it happened at the free throw line, but it happened. 2-0 Brother Rice, 5:20 left. Curtis Williams quenches twice. Guy that doesn't take a lot of shots. Was still nominated for Mr. Basketball as a finalist today. 5 fellows nominated. This is Robertson attacking Vandermeed to the hole, and he lays it in. Oh, Robertson, a guy that Steve Hall calls a program player that's improved every year and grown into who he is, and really represents what Cass Tech's all about. There's a hold back the other way stick.
Yeah, and Robinson going back to him on this end. That's what we were talking about. You know, Brother Rice does have the size, but he's got the speed.
Ball out of bounds, baseline right, X to trigger.
We got a good look at Xavier's handles on that, breaking the press, too. A little behind the back action.
He's got a little more skill in that bag, the Toledo commit. He'll play with Sonny Wilson. Curtis with a 3-0. Robertson high on the right, and this slow, methodical game continues. We've seen just 1 field goal. Teams had to come in early today. We're expecting to start about a couple hours later. Snow is expected. Is there any snow on the ground? Hairston against Vandermeed. Neither team has played in 12 days. Some teams want to get a lot of games in sticks. Some teams just want to relax and not injure their chances of the playoffs.
It's always a tough balance, right? Like, how do you keep them fresh, but how do you also keep them competitive and in rhythm?
That's right. Steve Hall saying we got to play with urgency and tenacity. That's what got us back in the King game, and we got to start with that today.
They're having a rough time getting going on the offensive end right now.
Great defensive battle. A Picasso defensively. We got a jump ball, and that's going to go the other way. So maybe the longest possession of Steve Hall's team's career comes to an end with a tie-up.
And you wonder if that's part of the strategy coming in, trying to slow it down so Brother Rice's scorers can't get in their rhythm as well. But this has been an interesting start to this game, one that we did not expect.
No, sir. A blitz and a double team and a tie-up. Vandermeed back to Curtis. Marshall down to exit. It's stolen away with high active hands by the technicians. The throw ahead.
The crowd's starting to get a little anxious too. Like that was a shot that could have been taken. But I'm glad they pulled it back. But still, the crowd's like, oh, what are we doing?
One basket in 5 minutes. And folks are saying, all right, we made the commitment to come down. Show us the offense.
We should be broadcasting this game in black and white. Switch it to that sepia.
Robertson for 3. Curtis with a rebound. Game has seen 7 shots. 1 has been made. Curtis will try to make the 8th, and he will. Splash City, Brother Rice with their first lead of the game, 5-2 Warriors.
Now the Cass Tech coach is kind of waving them, telling them go, go, go. So maybe they're going to pick up the pace a little bit.
Both teams 1 of 4 from the floor. Acuff, the answer. No. Warriors want to run. The Wisconsin commit Blackwell into the paint. Pull up 14-footer. Yes, sir. And Brother Rice on a bit of a run now, a 7-0 run, and they've extended their lead to 5.
Yeah, and a 5-point lead so far in this game feels like a 20-point lead, doesn't it?
It feels like we've been set back, and we get a travel up top. That's the game's 3rd turnover and just the 2nd for Cass Tech, and some substitutions happening here.
And Chad, we called a tournament earlier this year in Grand Rapids where they had a shot clock. Do you think that Michigan high school basketball will ever get there?
I do, and I think games like this kind of lean you towards maybe getting that shot clock implemented. And yeah, I think it's an interesting call, and I think they will make that move soon enough.
Yeah, it was fun. It was a 35-second shot clock in Grand Rapids, and it really sped the game up, especially at the end of the game. That long, drawn-out weave offense by the half-court line kind of went out of it because you had to put the ball up.
I think there's been enough of a sample size to see. I mean, we saw it last year here at the Catholic League MAC tournament, and I mean, we've seen it a few times. Enough to know that I think it works, and it doesn't take away from the game.
What was it, the St. Mary's De La Salle game last year where there was a 4-minute possession of just standing there?
North Farmington, St. Mary's.
I'm sorry.
That's
North
all right.
Farmington, St. Mary's.
Regional semifinal.
Yeah, 4 minutes of just dribbling in place.
Yeah, and that's what it would prevent.
Right.
So here we are.
Back to the action.
Back to the action. Brother Rice by 5, the largest lead for either squad. Williams for 3, no. Substitution for Brother Rice. They've checked into the game. Luke Selkowski. Selkowski checks in. Vandermeer checks out. Warren Marshall is also checked out of the lineup for Brother Rice. And they have entered into the game number 20, David Williams. It's a nice-looking sophomore.
Selkowski coming in and already getting involved in the game, getting an offensive rebound.
Meanwhile, Cass checks in Isaiah Sanders at one of the forward spots, and he gets a near steal here.
Curtis Williams is calling for the ball. Looks like a zone defense for Cass.
Williams pull up, rolls it home. This is David Williams, who's been very good off the bench for Brother Rice. Rick Palmer has a lot of good things to say about his sophomore backup guard. Rice by a touchdown in Detroit. Long corner right, jump shot, no. That's from Acuff. He has yet to score. Mr. PSL shutout so far. Blackwell with a quick lay-in, and Brother Rice is up 9 with 60 seconds to go in the first.
That was a nasty take by Blackwell.
And an answer by Robertson just like that against Williams.
And that is a huge response for Cass Tech. I mean, only scoring 2 points up into that point, being able to get a and one after a nice, strong layup by Blackwell. Great response by Cass Tech. Look at that strength to get to the hoop.
That's a guy that you look at Robertson on paper, he doesn't really impress you or jump out, but you watch film on him and he jumps out all over the screen. Guy that's very defensively talented and very good in transition. Misses the free throw, and the rebound by the junior Luke Selkowski, who's checked in. Warren Marshall couldn't handle it, out of bounds. Cass Tech gets it back, down just 7. With some time to make some money yet in this quarter.
It's interesting because it's almost like Brother Rice has gone a little smaller than they normally play, and maybe it's because of that press.
Yep. Robertson rushed the shot, missed it. Kick to the corner. David Williams for 3. No. Selkowski with a reset. but he threw it away. 20 seconds left. To the hole, no, contested, tip back is good. Credit the bucket to Darius Acuff.
And now that Cass crowd's starting to get into it. The intensity's starting to pick up. This is the game we thought we were going to see.
6 seconds left. Rice has to hustle. Selkowski to the corner. Marshall at the buzzer. Shot, good. And Brother Rice gets it to go, and they've got a 7-point lead as we head to the second. Things just took a while to start heating up, but the rev of the engine can be heard around the city. Back after this.
Begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride.
Well, Brother Rice on a 13-game win streak, 20-1. Under Rick Palmer in his 5th year, former Detroit Country Day grad in 2002, Albion. State champs in 1974, and Rick's group trying to chase that group. And everything in every milestone they come across is, yep, but 1974 beat you there. But most wins in a season, they have not beaten this club. Brother Rice with 20 wins, the most in school history, and Rick Palmer's done a fabulous job getting this group and keeping them together for 4 years and helping them improve.
Yeah, we were able to talk to him about that and just how emotionally these guys have grown from wanting to get their own at all times to now they're just all about winning and all about sharing the basketball. As you see, Cass Tech put another one in to cut this lead to 5.
That's Acuff. Give him 4. 13-8. Rice the other way. Xavier Thomas with a banker.
He is such a big fella, man. When he gets that momentum moving forward, it's tough to stop that guy.
First points for the afternoon from X. But the quick answer, and they come in waves, and Acuff has hit 5 straight, and he's got Cass within 4. The answer by Blackwell, no. Selkowski with a reset. Selkowski with another reset. And a block by Trayvon Cooper. Wow. And a foul is called. Blackwell line right to shoot 2.
Tell you this, Selkowski has come in this game, and how many rebounds does he already have? At least 4 or 5 that I have counted. We got 3 on the stat sheet here, but he's definitely making a difference being in this game.
Get another look here at that activity that led to the free throws.
A little helter-skelter action, and yeah, definitely contact down low. Blackwell sinks the first one.
5 points for Blackwell, the future Wisconsin Badger, transferred in his sophomore year for Novi Christian.
Corey Sadler in the game. We watch him on the football field do magical, special things. Love to see him on the basketball court, too. He just has no conscience.
He does not. A guy that they put in at the point guard spot with a game on the line against King. Right wing Robertson with a lot of room, missed it, and it's going back to Rice, whose lead has been cut to 5. Brother Rice is led by as many as 9 with 66 seconds to go in the first quarter.
It's almost like the game just started. I feel like the intensity picked up over the past 2 or 3 minutes of gameplay, and it feels like a whole different game than it was early on.
Well, that's because Alex Westfall got here.
That is true.
He's a game changer. Pull up, 19-footer, Curtis, count it.
Speaking of game changers, he is so special. Out of all the people we've been able to call all year, he's got like the most pro-ready game.
8 points for the Louisville commit. Curtis Williams, Mr. Basketball finalist. Robertson with an unforced turnover, and the turnover's starting to mount up. That's 4 for the Technicians.
Yeah, Brother Rice has been known for that strong man-to-man defense. Every once in a while, Rick Palmer will throw it into a zone, but it's mostly straight up, athlete on athlete.
Rick Palmer saying that not as much pressure as going into the CHSL title last week, but yeah, certainly, you know, trying to play for the top slot.
Well, and like you said, this is a potential state championship matchup, so you want to throw the first punch, right?
That's it. Both these teams will have their challenges in the districts. 3 ball from Warren Marshall from the corner, who had a big title game, 24 points to lead the way. And this kid's something. His quench gives Rice their largest lead of 11. Hairston back out. 3 ball, Sean Hodges, the Grand Valley football commit, triples and gets a quick answer and back to 8. Energy starting to rise in this historic venue. 3 ball, no.
And what could be a historic matchup, too.
It could, and a teaser, as you mentioned. Hodges, the all-state running back, crossing over, pulling up, no.
He makes that. This crowd is out of its seat going nuts.
Throw ahead, Marshall closed out and stripped and ripped. Hodges, the throw ahead to Acuff for the lay-in. How about the feed from Sean Hodges? 9 for Acuff. Eck showing off some handles. Curtis blowing on the baseline and laying it in with the offhand left hand over Cooper. The Warriors are back up 8 and the energy levels back up to 10.
This environment is awesome right now. The fans getting into it, both sides talking a little trash to each other.
Corey Sadler down the avenue, shot up no, and an offensive foul call. So the freshman gets hit for the charge.
I mean, we've seen him run over bigger people before on the football field, but Corey Sadler there, that's a tough call against the freshman.
Chase Vandermeed leads Brother Rice in charges taken, and it's not even close. And that's why he's got a shiner. It's actually not why he has a shiner.
But you can tell he's willing to sacrifice the body.
Press broken. Curtis spins, lost it, out of bounds, back to Cass Tech. Or would they say that was touch last?
No,
I think that's
back to Rice.
They're going to change this call, I believe. Oh boy.
It's a debate in the corner.
Well, all right. Justice prevailed. The ball don't lie. Back the other way. Lay in. Good. Corey Sadler and the foul.
I mean, Corey Sadler's listed at 5'11", just went at Jonathan Blackwell, who's about 6'4", able to protect the ball with his body, use the offhand, keep his balance in midair, and get the free throw. And he's a freshman, folks.
Freak athlete, freshman phenom. And not just in football, but that's where he will make his future.
I don't know if something happened to his hand or he's just blowing on it because it's hot. I don't know either way. He's like, whew, slow, cool down, hand.
Yeah. Cool hand Corey, line left. Looking to close the gap to 5, and he doesn't. Offensive rebound, though, by Cooper. And an over the back on Thomas, who had position naturally with a free throw.
Yeah, I don't know if it was an over the back or he just came up and through when he was trying to get that ball and made contact. But yeah, I mean, Catholic Central, Cass Tech keeping the ball.
Hodges will check out. Back into the game comes Jalen Stanton. Xavier Thomas will also check out. Cass will run through about 10 or 11 players. Long shot, Acuff, air biscuit. And back to Brother Rice. Tried to get saved by the newly checked in Stanton. Warriors get it.
You could tell the minute he touched that ball that he wanted to shoot it. I was going to say something, but then he just shot it.
Trigger ready. You saw the itch. 2-on-1. Vandermeed to the rack, and no. Too strong for the Notre Dame baseball commit. And here comes Cass down by 6. And Corey Sadler with a funky dribble that he gets in trouble for.
Yeah, I don't know what anybody in the crowd is complaining about. He went to pass it and then got his own pass.
Both teams have hit springs in the floor.
That is the definition of a double dribble.
Yeah. Everybody's like, wait a minute. I don't know what that was, but it wasn't right.
Well, you watch so many NBA games where they don't call it, so you figure everybody can do it.
Yep. Curtis with a no-looker down low. Swiped away by Hairston, and that's going to go back to Cass after the scrum.
And right now, Cass is outworking Brother Rice. That is something that you can never question about Cass Tech is their grit.
So, Acuff gets the call from Steve Hall, the 1988 grad of Cass Tech, guy that's coached at the college ranks, Duquesne, Youngstown State. Sadler with a show and go and a beautiful dish to Cooper for the lay-in. Oh, what a scoop.
What an unbelievable athlete. Now, I know I said this during football season, but he was playing against 14-year-olds in middle school last year.
Can you imagine? Vanamy with a travel in the paint. Substitutions. Robertson, the number 2 scorer on this team, will check in for Cass. Selkowski back in. Vandermeed sits, and Xavier Thomas returns.
You got a good look at Vandermeed's shiner that he had, but he's still playing. Yeah, a little bit of a travel. Vandermeed does not like it, but that is.
Yes, sir. Chad and Stick with you as you get a look at the Cass Tech technicians, a perfect 21-0 led by Steve Hall. Number 1 in the state by almost everybody. You'll recall Chris Douglas Roberts, the former Conference USA Player of the Year and 2nd-round pick, 40th overall. Best win, no doubt, was against King, and they did it twice, Stick. Last time, 12 days ago for the city championship. Things sluggish perhaps because of the 12-day layoff, but both wins against King, and that win also that they had competitive one against Beecher were significant on their journey.
Yeah, and there weren't a lot of competitive games. I mean, there's quite a few blowouts on this list too, but Martin Luther King always giving them a good game, and you're looking at some of these scores, and Martin Luther King obviously took them to overtime in the championship game to get to this point. Here comes Corey Sadler up the court.
All right, 4-point game, 3 minutes left until the break. Blow by. Rejected by Selkowski. Back out to Sadler for 3. And Selkowski couldn't pull it in. He's been all over the glass, but Britt Palmer wanted a foul there, I think.
He has those like go-go gadget arms where they just keep extending when he puts them out. He's come in and affected this game.
Some great energy. Ball out of bounds play. Counted and a foul. Oh, the drive for Acuff. And the finish through contact.
Man, think about Cass Tech and the young talent they have on their team. We've been raving about Corey Sadler. Then Acuff comes in, a sophomore, standing 6'2". And you can tell the future is bright for the technicians.
Last year, he's really struggled. The last game of the year. This year, Steve Hall saying, look, this kid, high-level player, high IQ, competitive, seasoned. He's everything you'd want. And there's no doubt the smoke and the hype that he's gotten, Mr. PSL, is well-deserved.
Getting a little breather right now.
And some medical, well, just a drink. Everybody deserves a cold drink. 1-point game, just like that. Brother Rice once led in this game by 9 with a minute left in the first.
It's that aggressive Detroit bad boy style defense that Cass Tech brings. I love it. You know, when you speed up your opponent, even a good opponent, it throws them off their game. It's just like a good quarterback. Like, when was Tom Brady at his worst? When was Pat Mahomes at his worst? When they were under pressure.
This is a matchup that Steve Hall really loves and embraces, and he said, look, the key to beat them is just to cover up all their versatility. They got so many weapons, and the length certainly an issue. He said we really got to keep them off the glass, and They want to make sure that they're healthy for King. That's the ultimate responsibility. Right wing three, no. Offensive battle for the boards is won by the defensive rebounder. Corralled by Hairston. Cass looking to take their first lead. Hodges, who came in and hit a three, his backcourt mate in football, has the basketball. And we've got a timeout. Steve Hall wants to talk it over, and we'll talk it over with him. 2:05 to go until the break. We got a beautiful one. Thanks for watching.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Chat and stick with you as you get a look at Steve Hall. 88 grad, went on to play at Washington for the Huskies, and Andy Russo, who of course coached Carl Malone back at La Tech. Started as a freshman point guard at Washington, and that was back in the big guard era. 89, Magic, Bird. Steve Hall was a big guard. Also the cross-country coach. Cass Tech and athletic director. He says, my guys are in shape. I'm also the cross-country coach.
To run this press, you got to be in shape. And they have done a good job here in this second quarter, kind of leveling the playing field, getting the crowd into it.
They were once down 9. They're now down just 1. 2 minutes left.
And everybody watching on YouTube right now, make sure you subscribe to the Prep.
Corey Sadler subscribes to us, but he misses the shot. Here comes Xavier Thomas, the Toledo commit. X, as they call him, showing off some handles here. Look at the big body bends. Shining. The pass from Selkowski is tipped. That's the active hands of Cass Tech. That's what they do stick.
Yeah, they are everywhere. It seems like they got 6 players out there right now.
Hairston in trouble in the mid-post. Xavier Thomas says, give me that candy. 3-on-2. Curtis to the hole. Count it.
He is so balanced on that take. Even with the contact and with the motion, he was able to get it up and off the glass. He is a special, special player.
That's a dozen for Curtis, who was RG of the game twice already this year. Topside 3. Splash City for the sophomore A-Cup. And we're back to a tie at 26. 50 seconds to go. Selkowski nearly picked. Sadler ran into the freight train. Kick, corner, Curtis feeling it. Heat check, no. Warren with a stick back, yes.
Yeah, and we talked about Warren quite a bit, how he's improved over the past couple years. I mean, last year he had a couple flashes. This year he's shown that he's a consistent player day in and day out for Brother Rice.
20 ticks left. Cass with another run here. Sadler spins, kicks, corner, Hairston 3, got it! Cass Tech has their first lead of the afternoon at the buzzer at Callahan. Oh, the collision at Callahan. Colliding at high forces down the boulevard. Glad you're with us on McNichols. We're having a blast. We've got analysis and highlights. And the commissioner of the PSL coming up next, Jay Alexander, back after these.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy, forged by the sea, Check us out at Navy.com.
Welcome back to the Collision at Callahan, otherwise known as Operation Friendship. And we've got a banger, 28-28. Did they change that last point? Okay, so we're tied, I guess. Thought it was a Cass 1-point lead.
It was not a 3, it was a 2.
Okay, I appreciate that. So 28 all, fittingly where we should be for Operation Friendship. We're joined now by the Director of Athletics for the PSL, Jay Alexander, in the house. Jay, thanks for having us.
Hey, thanks for being here, man. We really appreciate the job that you guys do and getting us out there, getting what we do out there, and it's a great product on the floor, so we're excited.
Thank you. And look, 28 all right now, and this has been the product that you've looked to put out there. This is #1 in the state, Cass Tech, against Brother Rice, of course, a historic rival. Talk about the matchup today and how exciting it is for your league to be showcases having the top team in the state.
Well, it's really exciting because a lot of people think Brother Rice is better than Cass. I'll tell you what, they're a lot leaner and longer than Cass, but both teams are athletic. And so Cass is not backing down because the PSL is tough. And make no mistake about it. But it's an exciting time, exciting basketball around here. It's good to see it come back, right? When I grew up watching this and exciting, right? I was telling my wife over there I was the ball boy for the Spirits, and I used to break up the floor, you know, and then play pickup afterwards.
Now, this for you is a little different. You're a Detroit Benedictine grad.
Yes.
PSL AD. I know you wear that PSL hat, but you've got a lot of respect for what's happened in past years between both these leagues. It's been phenomenal to see it come together and get competitive. What's it been like to see this league show out this season?
It's been outstanding, and you know the whole goal is to try to get us back to the top and be better than the Catholic League. I'm just going to say it, right?
Sure.
And so that's when I grew up, I was a public school kid till 8th grade, and so Detroit public schools, and we were always the top. So my job is to help us get back to the top.
Well, you were talking about how much it means for these kids to get back to this point, but you see the crowd here. You see the intensity of the crowd. What does it mean for the entire city, too, to have Cass Tech and to have the PSL represent basketball in this way?
It means a lot. I mean, this is outstanding. This is who we are, right? Our roots, our Derek Comans, you know, our Howard Isleys, our Jalen Roses. This is who we are. You know, our Victor Alexanders, who you guys may not remember. He played for Southwestern.
That's right.
Know,
Iowa State.
Anderson Hunt, you know, all those guys. So this is what it means. I want to get it back, and I want to help us get it back, and hopefully you guys can help us get it back by getting us back out there.
Well, I get goosebumps when this crowd gets going, and you could tell, like, the first 4 minutes of the game, everybody was kind of settling in, but then all of a sudden it's like, we're watching something special.
We are.
Look, it wasn't always easy. You guys had to plan around with the conjunction of the Catholic League and Vic and plan this thing on the run with a storm coming.
Yeah.
You got to get these games in. Talk about the challenge that you and Vic both faced trying to get this game in.
Absolutely, and Vic's done a great job, and we were talking every step along the way. So, you know, they're partners of ours. I want to beat them, but, you know, they are a partner of ours, that we all trying to help kids get to the next level. And so having that partnership is unbelievable.
The potential for both these teams, Brother Rice and Cass Tech, to still meet in the finals in the MHSAA, that also has to be intriguing, that both these teams are on both sides of the bracket, and they could end up playing for a state title. a lot of optimism in the PSL in the winter sports season.
Yeah, that'd be poetic justice, right? Because the loser of this game definitely going to want revenge right away. And to have them have to wait all the way to the next year is going to be problematic for one of them.
Now, just appreciate you bringing us down. I mean, I know the snowstorm kind of threw a wrench into the plans, but to get this amount of people down here and to just have this on display, because this game we were talking about, this Operation Friendship is very interesting, right? Because you're not playing for a league championship.
Right.
It's for pride.
It is.
And sometimes that's more than a league championship, right? Because these guys play AAU ball against each other. Some of them are going to go on and play college ball together. So what does this matchup mean to you?
Yeah, it means a lot. And I'll tell you what, like I tell people all the time, the storm is coming, so what? We've been living in Michigan all our life. We've drove in 6 foot of snow. Let's go. It's we just got to do the politically correct thing. But this is a great rival. This is a great opportunity for these kids, these coaches to showcase who they are, right? So it's a win-win already for everybody.
Jay, thanks so much for joining us. Thanks for having us down. Thanks for trusting and believing in us.
Absolutely.
And best of luck the rest of the way for PSL in the winter. I know you got a big spring season coming.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks a lot for what you do for us.
Appreciate your partnership. That's Jay Alexander, the Director of Athletics in the PSL, doing a great job. And we've got an amazing score right now, fittingly, 28-all. We're coming back with highlights and stats from the first half right after this.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Tied at 28 as we are about to start the second half, but first some stats and highlights and analysis and roll the film. We've had some big-time scores both ways, and they haven't disappointed, Stick.
Yeah, we saw it early and often. Curtis Williams got going for Brother Rice and got them out to a 9-point lead. And then, of course, you saw the pressure from Cass Tech pick back up, and they were able to force a couple turnovers and get to the line using their quickness. And here you see the man, the myth, the legend, Acuff, just pulling up for 3 and doing his thing. And you're looking at Acuff with 15 points in that first half, and Curtis Williams almost matching him with 14. Those are the two stars we came to see. So far, they're showing out for both sides.
Brother Rice once led by 11 in this game with 6 minutes to go. For Cass, did what they do. Put on that pressure, put on the defense, and really go on some runs. They did it. They would tie it up. Cass has never led in the contest. They called that last 3 a 2.
Yeah.
So we're tied at 28.
But, man, even on that last 2-point shot, Corey Sadler had a no-look pass. Honestly, when he came in the game is when it started to sway a little bit towards Cass Tech. You know, he got to the line. He hit a three-pointer. He's giving out dimes. So, listen, you know I'm a fan, and I can't wait to watch him for 4 more years.
We'll take a quick timeout. When we come back, it's the start of the second half of Operation Friendship. It's the collision at Callahan. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
USA. We begin with your dream, your drive, your grit, the heart and vision of every member of your team. We take it all, and from those threads of greatness, we weave a uniform of a champion. In many ways, our sport is just like yours. We've brought together a team of elite designers. We've put in the time and the sweat, perfecting our craft over 14 years. We've outfitted thousands of teams for thousands of victories, approaching each new project, each new game, like it's the only one we'll ever play. And let's be honest, we've done it all with a quality so unmatched that some can't help but call it perfection. You know, it's more than just a shirt. Look like a champion, play like a champion. A champion powered by the G. Hashtag G-Brand USA. G-Brand USA. Elite design, unmatched quality, American pride. We're proudly made in the USA.
Oh, I want to thank our friends at Deli Cafe. or Delight Cafe and Deli, putting a smile on your face, one sub or coffee at a time. Visit them at 135 Kiddiff Street in Hamtramck, 48212. I feel like I'm in Hamtramck on a Sunday night at Whitehorse.
White Star.
White Star.
Whitehorse, completely different place.
My bad. Delight Cafe and Deli, home of Boar's Head. And great sandwiches from turkey, corned beef, pastrami, and chicken. Also, they serve all your favorite drinks, coffees, lattes, smoothies, and shakes. 3135 Kniff Street in Hamtramck.
Listen, we're in the heart of Detroit. I had to bring a little ghetto tech into this. I'm sorry, DJ Godfather.
Bring on the Godfather. He's the best. He's the grimiest, and we love it. Welcome back to Callahan Hall. Collision at Callahan. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. We thank Delight Cafe for all the goodies. And here we go. Brother Rice basketball in a tie game. Third time today it's been tied.
And if I'm Coach Rick Palmer at halftime, I'm telling my team to slow down, get some better looks on the possession. They were sped up, and that's exactly what they did on this first possession. And Steve Hall, I'm telling my team to continue what we were doing in the second quarter. Just press, 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 cause chaos.
Blackwell with a rip and a score. He has 7 now. Roberts into the corner. Hairston for 3. Short. Saved by Robertson, but that doesn't work. But in the backyard playing sand volleyball.
I love the cheerleader turning around like, hey, what was going on? He just kept jumping.
That's a great cheerleading group for Cass Tech. The technicians with some great support from the southeast corner. Curtis goes baseline. Gino Bealey to the corner. Marshall for 3, no. Cooper with a rebound, and here comes Cass looking for their first lead of the afternoon. High post dish. Walker, 15-footer, quenches, and we're tied at 30.
That was a nice patient look at the hoop. He sized up his man.
Full court pressure applied, but broken. Here comes Vanamee, the Notre Dame baseball commit, with a shiner. And an offensive foul on Johnny B. That's his second foul.
But I don't mind that foul, right? That's an aggressive foul, him going to the hoop. He got beat by foot speed to the spot. That's not going to happen every single time. I would rather take my players being aggressive like that. But great defensive play, too, by Cass Tech.
Yeah, it was. He's the only fellow with 2 fouls in this game. Not a storyline yet. Rim off, no. Good box out by Xavier, and here comes X. Who's had a lot of share of the ball handling duties. Pull-up jumper. Yeah,
I'm not sure if that's the possession you want if you're Brother Rice.
Corner kick, show, go, lay in. Good. Pretty move by the senior forward Trayvon Cooper at 6'5".
Man, the hang time he had on that, to hang in the air that long.
First lead of the ball game for Cass, and we've got a turnover on Brother Rice. So mark it down, the Cass Tech lead at 6 minutes. And we'll see if the avalanche we've known for Cass Tech defensively is about to come.
Yeah, you know when Cass Tech gets rolling and you keep turning the ball over to them, they will take advantage of it.
They were down a dozen in Detroit for the PSL title game, and they came all the way back on a 13-0 run to force overtime. High post pass, Walker. Kicks, Robertson, dead spot right, Splash City. Cass by 5. 5.5 left in the third.
And the refs are letting them be a little bit physical this game, which clearly benefits Cass Tech.
Forced turnover here, 2-on-1, Robertson, count it, and the foul.
This gym is going insane right now. People jumping all over the place. This is a big moment right now for the Public School League, taking on what was perceived to be at one point the #1 team in the state in Brother Rice. And we get a timeout here. Callahan Hall, 37-30.
My oh my, Stick. The run by Cass, a 9-0 run. We said, is this the start of it? It was. but who knows if it's the end of it.
No, but not by any stretch of the imagination. And this is where champions get tested on both ends, right? You're going to find out if Brother Rice has what it takes to come back against a quality team like Cass Tech, and you're going to find out if Cass Tech is strong enough to hold off an oncoming Brother Rice.
So we take a look at the PSL standings and what went down this year. And Cass a perfect 6-0, a perfect 21-0. King the next closest at 5-1. Henry Ford hung in at 4-1. Renaissance certainly in the discussion. Denby Western, but this has been Cass's lead all season long. It's been their league, it's been their season, and they're amongst their best in their illustrious school history right now.
Yeah, and you heard Jay talking about it at halftime. It brings more pride, too, to everybody surrounding them when you got the #1 team in the state presiding at Cass Tech.
U of D was the victorious team in Operation Friendship Part 1. U of D, who finished at 5-3, to Brother Rice, who won the Central. Just one loss on their record. That was in league game #1 in early January against De La Salle, the state champion from a year ago in Division I, who, by the way, finished 4th in this division last year. Robertson line right to try to add to the lead, and he does. Brother Rice has once led in this game by 11 with 6 minutes to go until halftime. They're now down by 8 with 5 to go in the third. Plenty of time.
And it's interesting because if you remember the first part of the game, Cass Tech was taking 2 minutes per offensive possession.
Williams for 3, no.
And ever since Cass Tech decided to start speeding it up in the second quarter, this game has totally changed. Curtis Williams shooting 44% from the field, only 28% from the three-point line. Brother Rice is going to need that if they want to come back in this game. And Brother Rice now pressing.
Yep. Selkowski back in. Cass breaks the press. Robertson from the corner for 3. No. Selkowski with a big boy rebound, and here comes Rice trying to stop this run and this avalanche by Cass. Thomas off his toe, a turnover. That's turnover number 10 for Brother Rice in this game, and that has grown into a problem.
But that's what Cass Tech does to you. They speed you up so fast that you make uncharacteristic mistakes.
Rick Palmer complimenting Cass Tech and Steve Hall's club, saying it's just a defense that forces you at a high rate. And we got to be able to contain their pressure. There was no secret. Robertson off the side of the glass. Rice with numbers, 3-on-2. Curtis, the Louisville commit, lost it. X to Selkowski to the hole, count it. Fined by X.
And a good cut by Selkowski, too. I've been impressed with him in the little action that we've seen him in this game.
It's been really good.
Effective.
Acuff, who has not been the top star during this run for Cass. That's got to build confidence. Cooper, who's heated up. And a patient Cass Tech offense. Second most points in the state of Michigan behind Davison, averaging 73 points a game.
I don't think we're going to get there in this game.
Hairston, short corner right. Great ball movement. Cooper all alone for 3. No. Offensive rebound, Hairston. Acuff, yes.
And what you're noticing right now from Cass Tech is they are making all the right plays and the extra pass. They have a good shot, but they're passing it for a great shot.
That's right. Big win over Grand Rapids Northview earlier this year, 59-42, certainly of note. But on paper, Brother Rice has played the tougher schedule. I mean, Rice has naturally had to grind through their division, and then they've gone out and played some teams as well. Ferndale of note, Warren Lincoln, Detroit Western, River Rouge, East Kentwood, Kalamazoo Central. I mean, it's been a gauntlet of a schedule for Brother Rice.
Yeah, they have been battle-tested, and not only this year, through the past 3 years, essentially, the Catholic League has just been really tough to get through. So they've been battle-tested, but the athletes that Cass Tech can keep throwing at you is relentless.
Yes, sir. Acuff kicks to the corner, in and out. Luke with a rebound. Selkowski's 6th.
But once again, another good look for Cass Tech. And a poke away.
Poke away, Acuff. Can he save it? Yes. Finish. Good. Derek Miller scratches the surface. And don't look now, but the technicians are up 10 in Callahan. They once trailed by 11. And a turnover here once again. 13th turnover for Rice, just 6 for Cass Tech. It's fallen right into the hands of the technicians.
Yeah, and it's just one of those things, like, you know you got to slow down. You know you got to just play within yourself, but you can't do it. You know, there you saw him turn and look to pass and then realize, oh, it's not there, I got to dribble. Next thing you know, you're traveling and it's a turnover, and here comes Corey Sadler into the game.
Yep. Never a break with Cass Tech. All gas. Corey turns the corner and got ripped from Blackwell. The Wisconsin commit to Curtis, to the hole, lay in good.
I like that play by Acuff, though. I know it's just allowing a layup, but you don't need to foul right there. You don't need to do anything uncharacteristic.
Warren Marshall, nothing uncharacteristic there. That's his fabric. And the coast-to-coast finish. 4 straight for Rice.
And their press starting to pick up.
Yes, it has. Rick saying, we'll dabble in this. We can make some folks turn over. Blackwell with a block nearly off the head of Robertson. And we've got a substitution coming up. Cass will return to the lineup. Jalen Stanton.
Blackwell showing why he's one of the best on-the-ball defenders in the state right there.
Yep. Sadler checks out. Steve Hall wanted to make a move there. Robertson with a show and go. Attacks. Hot knife through. Butter. Lay it good. Ooh. Kenny Robertson with a roll in. And the technicians are back up Ocho. Rip and strip at midcourt. Acuff with a steal, a look back, and a tongue wag. Cass by 10 again. 60 seconds to go in the third.
And it's so hard right now for Brother Rice. You got to slow down, but you also got to speed up to score. So that helps.
It's been the quarter of Warren Marshall. His 7 points in this quarter have kept Rice around. They're within a touchdown with 40 ticks to go in the third. Little trap. Not many games this year Brother Rice has trailed in.
And, you know, this is a good test for them going into the state playoffs.
Sure is. They edged out Warren Lincoln, a Division II power, by 1 at North Farmington in the Horatio Williams Foundation Tip-Off Classic. 17-footer air biscuit, no. Rebound gathered by Rice on the run. Quickly ahead, great look. Blackwell got it thanks to Warren Marshall. And the Warriors are within 5 with 2 seconds to go. And that is the final play of the quarter. So Rice, who once trailed by 10, gets half of it back. And we got a 5-point game going to the fourth. Don't you dare go anywhere. We're the Prep. Proud to be here.
Years of playing sports took a toll on my feet. The worst was the tear in my Achilles tendon. I went to fix my feet today and I've been pain-free for 2 years. I'm back to pickleball 5 days a week. Amazing.
I've been fixing foot pain for decades. Don't give up hope. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Want to thank our friends at United Restoration Disaster Services for a free damage and claim assessment. Call United Restoration 877-772-8737. Welcome back to Callahan Hall. Chad Bush and Sam Stickday with you. 46-41, Cass Tech by 5 as we enter the fourth serve.
And this is exactly the game that we thought we were going to get, and I'm glad it's delivered. You know, there's nothing worse than a 1-2 matchup and you come in and it's kind of a clunker or one team blows them out. This is the intensity that you wanted to see on a Friday.
Yes, sir. What a great kickstart to a March weekend. Selkowski in the post with a nice little turnaround and score. Rice has cut it to 3. It's a one-possession game just like that.
I don't think anybody in this gym is comfortable or can predict the outcome of this game.
It's what they paid to see, the folks. Corner 3 that kicks out. Curtis to Blackwell to the hole. No. They're going to call it on the floor. I think that's the right call. It will go on number 14. That's Kenneth Robertson, and that's the senior's second foul.
And here comes Xavier back in the game along with Corey Sadler for Cass Tech. And it's been interesting because when Brother Rice has gone small, it's been pretty effective for them.
Yes.
Bringing in another guard instead of Xavier.
Thomas just 2 points today, but this is a 1,000-point scorer that has really emerged, especially in the Catholic League tournament. Been great in the second portion of Catholic League play. Missed shot, ball back to Cass.
Well, you wonder why Thomas hasn't worked down on the block a little bit more in this game. Brother Rice has the size advantage, but they haven't done much posting up.
Yes, sir. There's a steal. The two-team by Selkowski and Marshall. Open 3, Warren got it. And we're tied at 46 with 7 minutes to go in the fourth.
Warren Marshall having a coming out party here at Operation Friendship.
Oh, yes, what a season it's been. It's been a coming out season for Warren Marshall. 15 points to lead the way. Guy that led this team down the stretch and has had big games and part of that big 4. No longer just the big 3. Shot up, Cooper, no. Castle go to the line looking to regain the lead.
Yeah, Cooper got fouled low there by Xavier. But Cass Tech is having to work for their hoops now. They're not getting the turnovers quite as easily. And it's really slowed them down for a little bit. But you know, when they go on a streak, next thing you know, it could be a 15-point ball game before we can blink.
That's right. Cooper makes the free throw. Selkowski out. Vandermeed back in. Cooper's sister played basketball at Youngstown State when Steve Hall was an assistant at Youngstown State. This is a guy playing out of position for Cass Tech. He's more of a guard playing big, but he's got more guard skills, so he's really done what the team has asked and needed and stepped into that big man role. But he's more of a guard and giving it up for the team. Three ball corner, got it! Warren Marshall, watch out! Give him 18.
Jonathan Blackman almost pushed him over. He was so excited he made that shot.
Oh, Marshall, the numbers shooting magnificent today. 4 of 5 from downtown, 7 of 9 from the floor. Rice by 1. Dribble drive, Walker blocked, ball loose. And we've got a whistle, and it's going back the other way to Rice, +1.
Yeah, it was definitely a travel. He moved his pivot foot and then pivoted off the other foot. And looks like we have a timeout here.
We'll take it with him. Rice by 1, 5:46 to go. Don't go anywhere. We're the Prep. Thanks for watching.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 300,000 participants here in Michigan who take part in high school sports.
Warren Marshall, a bad man from Badland tonight, 4 of 5. And he likes that cozy corner stick. He's been lighting it up from the long line. And Brother Rice on a 6-2 run the last minute 15 finds themselves up by 1.
Yeah, he likes that shot right in front of his bench, and he's been knocking them in here in the fourth quarter. And we got a poll going on right now in the chat. Brother Rice, 61% to 39%. Who's going to win? So make sure you vote for that if you're watching on YouTube.
Marshall from the corner again, no. Put back Williams, yes. And the future Louisville Cardinal gives Rice a 3-point lead, a full possession lead on Cass Tech, who once led in this game by 10. Both teams with double-digit leads.
The Brother Rice student section up top starting to get into it a little bit more too.
Oh, we can hear them up to our left. And a fun section for both these squads and programs, both these leagues, outstanding leagues. And we've got a travel or a touch of that sideline out of bounds. Rice +3 with it, 5 minutes left. Sean Hodges, the all-state running back for Cass Tech under Marvin Rushing, will check in.
Well, we got about 5 minutes left in this game, and these are the games you love, Chad. Like, we showed up early for this game. You know, it started out a little bit slow, but the intensity's picked up. Everybody's kind of enjoying this type of basketball. Two physical teams being physical and showing off their best.
Some of us showed up earlier than others.
Some of us didn't get a call.
That's right. 14-footer X free throw line jumper, no. And a foul at midcourt. And of course, we're talking about Alex Westfall.
Yes.
See, that's the 4th foul, partner. Sorry about that. That's the 4th foul on Blackwell.
And I don't like that because it's Blackwell's 4th foul, but I like that because it broke up that fast break. It was a 4-on-1 fast break. If he doesn't get that, it's almost guaranteed points for Cass Tech. So, yeah, it hurts. Obviously, you don't want him on the bench, but you save yourself a bucket with 4 minutes left.
That's fair.
Pick your poison.
David Williams will return to the lineup. Productive sophomore in the backcourt for Rick Palmer. Former Albion College. Well, he's an Albion College Hall of Famer, is Rick Palmer. Played with Mike Thomas at Albion, the head coach at East Kentwood now. They're good friends. Rick's done a great job this year, just like Steve Hall has. Proud alum of Cass Tech. Rip and drive, a cuff from the elbow, no. Rice +3 the other way with numbers. Vandermeed to Marshall. And the shot up, no. And I don't know if he was looking to pass or shoot it, but you can tell his IQ when he put up that shot late, Stick. That's a smart play, man.
That's exactly what I was going to say. It looked to be a pass, but then when he felt the contact, he threw it up like it's a shot. And Warren Marshall has really been the star of this game, which is the game of stars.
Man, has he ever. Marshall, the forgotten man on this team many a nights, has not gone forgotten by Warrior fans this year. An emerging Division I prospect. Vandermeed will check out with that shiner in that right eye. Selkowski's been a stud off the bench today for Rick Palmer. Cass Tech counters with Derek Miller, the 5'10 junior, off the bench. Sean Hodges will sit.
The chess match of coaches is on. Steve Hall versus Coach Palmer down the stretch.
Both guys have college coaching experience. Palmer was a Dobo at Bowling Green. And Steve Hall was the associate head coach at Youngstown State. Was an assistant coach at Duquesne. Both these guys very good coaches. A 10-2 run right now for Brother Rice with 3:45 to go. 3-ball, Robertson, got it! That gets him right back within 2 with 3.5 left in this game.
An excellent possession by Cass Tech. When they move the ball and they make that secondary pass, they are almost unstoppable.
Selkowski, an extra pass to Williams in the lane. Paint jumper, no. Offensive rebound, Selkowski, and the putback, yes. Wow. Rice by 4. Selkowski with 6. Hairston.
Good step through.
Finds Robertson with the answer. The technician's got it to 1. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it with Steve Hall. Oh, it just keeps getting better. It's brewing. Motown on a Friday night in the first March. Thanks for hanging. We're having some fun. Don't you dare go anywhere. Operation Friendship and the Collision at Callahan.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Looking to hire, you should contact Bill Wineski and the Headhunters, 248-343-6027, specializing in finding outstanding talent, executives, C-level executives, accounting, finance, engineering, supply chain, and much, much more. Contact the Headhunters. If you're looking to hire today, theheadhunters-us.com. Chad and Stick with you from Callahan Hall. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Ali Hadi, also producing this broadcast. We appreciate you joining us. The Collision at Callahan 2023 is upon us. UAD won the first matchup today over King, but this headliner has been something. Both teams have led by double figures, and it's a one-point game now with just under 3 to go. Stick.
Yeah, I have a feeling that we're going to end this game calling it by standing up. We've been sitting down the majority of the time, but slowly everybody in the gym starting to stand up. It's a one-point game, 3 minutes left. This is what it's all about.
And our fans are getting excited as our poll continues. We'd love for you to like, subscribe, follow. We are the Prep.
173 votes. Brother Rice with 58% of them right now.
And how can folks get involved in that?
That's just in the chat right now. Click Brother Rice or Cass Tech.
All right. Corner, Thomas. 2:40 left.
See, this is where I wanted to see Thomas do all game. Back people down.
Warren Marshall with a glasser that's good. Rice by 3, and it's turning into the Warren Marshall show. He's got 22. Rice plus 3.
And how frustrating for Cass Tech. You know, you silence kind of the big 3 for Brother Rice, and here comes Warren Marshall.
The attack from Robertson and the foul. And 2 free throws coming up for Cass with 2:20 to go. Last year's game was a dandy as well. It was Orchard Lake St. Mary's and Detroit King. And it was a fabulous finish with St. Mary's coming out on top. The Catholic League has won the last 6. Operation Friendships. St. Mary's won 50-49 on free throws at the buzzer. Back-to-back winners are the Eaglets because there was no 2021 Operation Friendship. And St. Mary's knocked off Cass Tech the last time they were here, 70-65. Right now, Robertson line right to try to tie this game.
Was it Sherrod Barnes who hit those free throws last year to end the game, I believe?
Might have been. Might have been. That or Javon Hanna.
Oh, you're right. It was Javon Hanna. You are 100% right.
A rare right moment for Chad. I'll take it. 18 points for Robertson. He's had a lot of good moments. 1-point game. Thomas lost it. Selkowski on the deck, and Rick Palmer got a timeout just in time.
And Selkowski took a hit on the floor for that. But that's what you get, going all out. Last 2 minutes of the game in a 1-point game.
Every morning, I woke up with stabbing pain in my feet. Plantar fasciitis, the doctor called it. All I know is it really hurt. One visit to Fix My Feet today and the pain was gone. And even better, the custom arch supports I got worked in all my shoes.
Don't wait. End your foot pain now. Call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Welcome back to the collision at Callahan. Operation Friendship. Thomas to trigger. Rice by 1. 2 minutes left. Chad and Stick with you. Curtis on the baseline against Hairston. And this attacking Cass Tech defense. We got a whistle in the corner and a foul. It'll go on Hairston. That is just the team's 4th foul. They've got 2 more to give.
And that's the impressive thing about Cass Tech. I mean, they play aggressive, but they also don't get in a ton of foul trouble because of how quick they are. Well, and there's 2 quick fouls right there.
Yeah, and that's going to go, it looks like, on Hairston again. That'll be his 3rd.
And Jonathan Blackwell for Brother Rice has 4. So those are the really only people in foul trouble right now.
Yeah. So, Rice to trigger. Steve Hall saying, look, we got to play with urgency and tenacity. And we just have to do that to be good.
They ran the play before X had the ball in his hands.
Steve Hall coached Detroit Rogers to a state title. Moving over from the Division IV school before coming to Cass. Thomas for 2, no. Selkowski back to Curtis, and he had it stripped from underneath. But Rice will keep it in this blue-collar possession.
Well, Cass Tech switched to a zone there, and that's what was able to get the offensive rebounds. As you know, that's the weakness of a zone. And I thought Brother Rice did a pretty good job of attacking it, too, getting X to that elbow area. That's the weakness of any zone.
That's it. Selkowski gets it to that high post. Williams spins, shot, Glasser, no good. Throw ahead to the leaking Acuff, who left it too long and strong. Ooh. The throw ahead was just a little bit too long.
And now everybody is up out of their seat. And you know what? That's because Jonathan couldn't go for his foul. He wasn't going to be aggressive on that, and I think it threw Acuff off.
Mm-hmm. So, the ball hit a spring again, and Rick Palmer wants to talk about it. We'll keep it right here. A 1-point game, just under a minute to go. Things are getting tense.
Well, ironically, in the first quarter, we were talking about a shot clock, right? How it would affect the game. Now you're looking at Brother Rice with a 1-point lead, 58 seconds to go in the game. They can literally hold on to this ball and keep this possession to the end of the game. So this may turn into a free throw shooting contest unless Brother Rice decides they want to shoot the ball early.
Yes, sir. I want to tell you about our friends at Success Mortgage Partners. In today's ever-changing real estate and mortgage lending world, the importance of a true professional has never been higher. At Success Mortgage Partners, our mission is for every borrower to receive level 10 service, and the goal is to get you the lowest rate possible. We want you to have an experience of a lifetime in navigating this turbulent market like this. It needs to be handled by a real professional. Call Todd Barr at 734-674-6154 and put 20 years of local knowledge and use for you and your family. Success Mortgage Partners Incorporated supports equal housing opportunity. NMLS ID number 130562. This is informational only and is not an offer of credit or a commitment to lend. Contact Success Mortgage Partners to learn more about your eligibility for its mortgage products. Sam Stick Day and Chad Bush back with you. 58.5 seconds left. 57-56, Rice on top, and Rice has the basketball stick. What in the world do you do defensively here if Rice just wants to hold on to it?
Well, if they switch back into a zone, you're honestly kind of playing into Brother Rice's hand, right? Because if you're back in the zone, you're not trying to get the strip, you're not trapping. But they just got to do what's got them to this point, right? That's their strength, be a press defense.
Both teams with 1 foul to give.
Yeah, and Brother Rice is going to hold this ball for this entire minute if they can. It's looking like it right now.
Why not? Warren Marshall to Thomas, down to Selkowski, who had it blocked.
And a little booty bump on the way down, too.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I saw that, too. 1-point lead for Rice. Selkowski line left. Here's another look, Stick.
Yep, he went up. I mean, it's you gotta block that shot hard there. You got to make him earn it. Then a little boop right to the head there, too. right in front of the official.
That's 3 quick ones on Hairston. Selkowski line left. 35.5 seconds to go. He's had a big night.
This is a pressure situation for this young man, too. And this is a big moment for him to knock down 2 free throws.
8 points, 8 rebounds for Luke Selkowski, and he misses the first. Selkowski, just a junior, and a lonely, lonely spot on that free throw line right now.
And this crowd is feeling it right now, too. Even if he makes this one, you know it's down to a 1-possession game.
Both teams with 1 timeout remaining, 1 foul to give for Rice. This place is getting loud, and Selkowski sinks it. David Williams will check in, defense for offense. Selkowski will sit down after sinking the free throw. And Cass Tech to go full court, Stick, down by 2 with a timeout left.
I mean, you got to keep an eye on Acuff here. He's the guy I'd be looking at. Or Robertson's had a hot hand today, too. And here we go. I told you we'd end it on our feet.
Acuff to the hole, and he got it, and he tied it. And the foul.
And, you know, I love that. I love that they didn't wait for the clock to wind down. He had a possession. They had the hole, and he took it right to the rim, got the and one.
Bedlam right now.
Yeah, the fans are rushing the court. Everybody. This court has shrunk, by the way.
4 fouls on Thomas as well. Cass with a chance to take the lead here. Acuff to the line as we get another look at this play. He has 21.
What a take, especially after that blown layup early on the breakaway. To come back with that, the double pump lay-in.
Rick Palmer saying he's a dynamic player that could score from anywhere. Missed the free throw. Tied at 58, 25 seconds left, and here we go. 1 timeout remaining both ways.
Ty gave it 50. Timeout.
Thomas will hold at center circle. 1 last shot for Brother Rice. Blackwell to hold it. 7 seconds. High ball screen, Selkowski. Thomas to win it at the buzzer, no. And we're going to overtime. Sometimes free basketball is earned. And right now, folks, free basketball is on its way. 4 minutes on the clock. We're going to OT.
Woo, man.
Let's go through that final sequence of shots. Stick, they had a chance to win this game, did Brother Rice?
Yeah, Brother Rice, they had a good possession. Xavier's the guy you want shooting that ball. He's been playing a lot on the perimeter this game, though. I'd love to see him down low. But, you know, this is a good take by Jonathan Blackwell. And Xavier was wide open. It's just a tough shot that didn't go down for Brother Rice. But fortunately for us, we get to watch more of this game. Ooh, just off the side of the rim.
And then friendly fire with Acuff in the midst for Rice on that offensive rebound attempt. So we're going to overtime. 4 minutes. We're taking a timeout. When we come back, it's overtime basketball. We're back to Callahan Hall in just a moment. We're the Prep.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy, forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
Well, just like the PSL final, Operation Friendships going to overtime as well, Stick.
You absolutely love it. When 2 of the best teams in the state, you get to watch extra basketball. Both teams playing at a high level. It's been fun to watch this game this afternoon. Snowstorm outside, but it is blazing in this gym. It is so warm in here. People are standing on their feet. Security's making sure people aren't coming on the floor because everybody's so excited. It is a great atmosphere for Operation Friendship here at Callahan Hall.
Oh yeah, great look at the excitement level building Fresh basketball. We do have some foul trouble. Xavier Thomas with 4 fouls for Brother Rice. Meanwhile, 3 fouls for Hairston. But look, Stick, it's a fresh start for both teams. And without with most players eligible and nobody fouled out yet, it's the same kind of game we saw early on. But boy, has this game changed. Double-digit leads for both teams at one point. And now we're tied up with 4 minutes left on the clock to start overtime.
Yeah, and this is one of those situations where sometimes you got a little feel of where the momentum is. You don't know in this game. The momentum switches possession by possession, and now we get some overtime basketball as long as some of these fans get in their seats. The PSL announcer that's with us for all the football games doing his thing out here, too.
Where's our weatherman? Do we have a weatherman? We want to know what's going on outside, too.
Yeah.
Things are coming down.
And an update on the poll now that we're in overtime, only 53% for Brother Rice.
Oh, it's starting to balance out. Blackwell wins the jump on the floor, and just like that, we don't know which way we're going.
Yeah.
It's a jump ball off the jump ball. So you need to jump ball it again.
Yeah, because who has the initial possession in overtime?
Nobody. So it just needs to get tossed up again.
Looks like they're giving it to Cass.
Rick Palmer's taking the coat off. Shirt's untucked. It's been that kind of a day, a working man's type Friday afternoon turned evening. Here we go, Cass Tech basketball. Acuff with a rock. 21 points to lead the way. 22 for Marshall in this game. This is Cooper. Rocks, drives, hooks, and scores! Saw that a couple times in the PSL final. Floor opened and he finished, Stick. And we get a foul in the backcourt, and that's a foul on Corey Sadler, who's back in.
And Sadler is just a pest. You know, his foot speed is so fast. He's so strong and so stable. We saw that during the football season. He was trucking over people. So, just because he's short in stature does not mean he lacks in strength.
No, sir. We've seen how special he is athletically. That's the 4th foul. Or excuse me, that's the 2nd foul on Corey Sadler. 4 fouls for Blackwell, 4 for Thomas, though, in this game. So 2 of the big 3 in trouble that way. Cass Tech lead is gone, thanks to Blackwell, who now has 9 points in this contest. Tied at 60. Acuff, who had 27 in the PSL title game.
See, I don't love this offensive possession for Cass Tech. This is what got them in trouble early in the game, trying to slow it down.
Let's see if they pick it up here. Some sets. Steve Hall's offense gets a lot of that offense from their defense. So this half court is a little bit of a stagnant point for them.
That's the matchup they want right there.
Yep, Robertson nowhere to go. Rick Palmer loves that. Good closeout by Blackwell. Chess match going on right now.
I mean, it's going to make the overtime go a lot faster. That's the one thing I do know.
Meanwhile, snow continues to fall outside. Stick around afterwards. Our G of the game will be awarded. And we'll talk to him after this one. A lot of candidates right now. Sadler says, heck with it, I'm going to score. A little long with that one. And Thomas with a rebound.
Good job by Thomas not forcing that and dribbling backwards to get some space.
He's had a good floor game. Leads this team in assists tonight with 4. Despite the scoring not being there, just 4 points.
And this is why I don't know why they don't throw Xavier down on the block. He hasn't used his big body to his advantage.
Curtis Williams had it stripped, regathers. And now with 95 seconds left in overtime, wants to drive. Kick, Selkowski, layup, blocked. But a foul going up.
And Silkowski has just been ever present in this game, right? Whenever they need something, and he's not really flashy, he's just there, And if you're an opponent of his, you're just, how is this kid keep making plays like he has? But he's got to earn it at the free throw line again.
looking to become the third member in the double-digit club for the Warriors today, and he won't there. We're stayed tied at 60. 90 seconds left. Hairston checks out. Sadler back in, offense for defense. Brother Rice, the line today, 8 of 11. Cass Tech, 6 of 11. Makes there and breaks the tie. Salkowski with 8.
Rice elects not to press.
2 timeouts both ways. 1:20 left. Operation Friendship on the line. Number 1 versus number 2. Oh, what a treat it's been. Rip, drive, shot blocked by Salkowski. Rice with numbers and a foul at midcourt that might not have been the worst thing. That's the 4th on Cooper. Make it the 3rd. And 1-on-1 coming up.
Yeah, but that's huge, sending Blackwell to the free throw line. I mean, you want to be aggressive. You want to force that turnover in the backcourt. But you do not want to pick up a cheap foul to where Brother Rice doesn't even really have to work to get points on the board.
That's right. Free throws coming. Blackwell, line left. Quenches the first. Johnny B now with double figures with 10. And Rice has a 3-point lead with 1:06 to go in this overtime game.
Are you predicting the future there, Chad?
My subconscious is.
Look at the baseline, just the fans standing there right on the baseline. So awesome.
What a scene. 50 seconds left. 3-ball Robertson, no, but a foul is called on Blackwell.
And that's his 5th.
That is it for Blackwell, I believe. It is his 5th.
Cass Tech will have a chance to tie this game at the free throw line. Coach Palmer pulling his entire team over. Talk about the strategy here on these 3 free throws.
Yes, sir. So they will take all the time they need. But this is a significant loss. I mean, this is your point guard committed to Wisconsin, the guy who's running your offense.
And it's a significant foul. I mean, fouling somebody on a 3-point shot when you're up 3 with 47 seconds left, that's tough. I mean, it's just tough to do, especially when it fouls you out of the game. But now all the pressure is on Kenneth Robertson.
Robertson rolls it in. Free throws have been a theme in overtime. Brother Rice, 5 of 7 in overtime from the free throw line. Cass has not been there as often, nor have they taken advantage of it, but they do there. 3 of them coming. This could tie the game.
Wonder if Warren Marshall said something to him there to maybe knock the nerves around, but he looks like he's got ice in his veins.
A miss on the free throw, but a Vandermeed foul, and back to the line will go Cass Tech. This was a wrestle for their loose ball, and Vandermeed got busted for a push-off. And so Cass Tech will go line right and get a chance to tie this game and maybe more.
Yeah, that was an interesting foul. I got to be honest. It looked like both guys were fighting for the ball, giving equal contact. But you know what? The officials called it. You play on.
That's it. It'll be Sean Hodges to shoot a 1-and-1 line right. Hodges in this game with 3 points. So recall he came off the bench, hit that triple. So it's a 1-on-1 coming up. Sean Hodges. Again, it has not been a good free throw line game for Cass. They're just 8 of 14. Rice is 11 of 14. Sean Hodges committed to Grand Valley for football as a running back. Dabbling in basketball for fun And he's tied this game at 63 in overtime.
Well, if you're Brother Rice, you want to secure this rebound, you have to secure this rebound.
Missed shot. 2 timeouts both ways. 45 seconds left. Thomas with pressure. The blitz. And the foul called on Cass.
No, they called a timeout.
Timeout was called and awarded to Rick Palmer. Some chaos pursuing. We'll take a timeout. We're back with a final 40 seconds from Callahan Hall. Oh, it's heating up. We're coming back right after these.
I love running and working out, but my heel pain was devastating. So I go to fix my feet today, and in about 30 minutes, I walked out pain-free and could not believe it.
Even if you think you tried everything and nothing has worked for you, call or visit Fix My Feet today.
Fix My Feet is now open in Rochester Hills, located on Rochester Road in the Target Center. Come in for a free consultation.
Welcome back to Callahan Hall. He is Sam Stick Day. My name is Chad Bush. Alex Westfall, your executive producer. Ali Hadi, your associate producer. And we've got a tie game. Brother Rice gets the ball back. There was a timeout called prior to the turnover stick. So Rice has it. 40 seconds left. What do you do if you're Rick Palmer?
There's no shot clock. I'm making sure that I'm taking the last shot of this game. I'm not going to lose this game. So, you know, I'm going to try to milk this possession for as much as I can. If I do get a good look, obviously you're going to take it, but you want it going towards the hoop. You want an easy bucket. And if you're Cass Tech, just keep applying the pressure you have all game.
The primary ball carrier is out of this game for Brother Rice. Ball handler, rather. This is not football. Jonathan Blackwell is fouled out. So Curtis Williams, Mr. Basketball finalist, will have the ball between the rings with 30 seconds left.
And Warren Marshall has been pretty quiet here in overtime after doing magical things in the third and fourth. Got 22 points.
Got hit on the face, I believe, at midcourt. 15 seconds left and a steal. Steal by Hodges, and the layup's good. Oh, the steal by Hodges and the timeout by Steve Hall after the steal. Cass 65, Brother Rice 63.
And what an interesting turnover. Curtis Williams was telling him to come back, saying, come back to me, and then just kind of like lays it to him. That was a very lazy pass and ends up, could potentially cost them the game. And you do not expect that out of a player like Williams.
And a risk and a gamble by this Cass Tech defense. It's just been dynamic. Steve Hall talking about how this team wins and what it's going to take. And he says it's going to take the intensity. It's going to take the type of work that we can do. And Steve Hall, whose parents are both educators, his mother was at Cass Tech as a counselor, his father was an assistant principal at Cass Tech. He says this means a lot more to me. An 88 grad at Cass Tech, and he really has focused upon this season and how special it is. Cass Tech looking to stay perfect, Stick, at 21-0 right now.
Yeah, well, they're going to have to defend for 10 seconds to make it happen. I mean, they are up by 2, and Curtis Williams, we know, just turned that ball over. I would expect him to want to take this final shot to redeem himself right now.
How much of not having Blackwell in that exchange makes the difference?
Oh, 100%. And, you know, to me, Warren Marshall, when he got hit in the face, he just kind of stood there. Take the hit to the face, get back in the game. You're playing Cass Tech here. You can't just lay back behind the half-court line, and that's kind of what caused it. But also, Williams got to protect the ball better than that, whether his teammates lagging behind or not.
No doubt. So here we go, 10.3 seconds left. Cass Tech by 2. 2 timeouts for Cass, none for Brother Rice. Rice has to go full court without their point guard, Jonathan Blackwell.
Ryan Frohock checking in the game.
Yep, a senior shooter and a guy that can really knock it in from deep. Vandermeer to run the baseline. Up to Thomas, 8 seconds left. Warren Marshall for three. Splash City with 3 seconds left. 2.7 now and a timeout for Steve Hall. And Warren Marshall has given Brother Rice a 1-point lead.
I mean, I got goosebumps right now. I don't know about you, Chad. Both sides coming up with huge baskets at the end of this game. Warren Marshall, we mentioned, been quiet in this overtime. 22 points in regulation, but the biggest basket of the game right there to put Brother Rice up 1.
66-65. Warren Marshall's coming out season, coming to a pinnacle here at Callahan Hall. Give him 25. Man, the rise and the fire stick, and this kid has stepped up in so many moments this year in key clutch championship type moments, like in the Catholic League Championship in semifinal.
Yeah, he has just been special, and it's not only his offensive prowess, he's a great defender as well. His length, he disrupts people, and like we said, we've been able to watch him grow over the past couple years, and it's tough when you're on a team with Jonathan Blackwell, Curtis Williams, you got X. Those are 3 major stars going to major colleges, and you show up on the biggest game, and you have 25 points in a 3 in overtime. Send that tape out.
Rick Palmer and his team going for the best season in school history. 1974, their last state title. And Palmer, who was an assistant under Kurt Keener and won 2 state titles between 09 and 13, has learned from his mentors, Kurt Keener and Mike Turner of Albion. And Palmer in his 5th year has got this program ready to stand up in Detroit.
But it's not over.
And it's not over. Cass Tech will have to go the distance. 2.7 seconds left. 1 timeout remains for Cass. It'll be Cooper to trigger.
You cannot let them get momentum going to the hoop. If you're Brother Rice, you want to force them back towards their own baseline.
It'll be Cooper to trigger against Salkowski. They'll send Robertson all the way to the front court. Acuff in the back court, checked by Williams. Not a lot of time to go, 2.7. We'll see if they heave it here.
Where's Grant Hill when you need him? Christian Leitner.
Yep. So they will straddle that baseline. Cooper to trigger. Got to hustle. Into Sadler. 1 second left at the buzzer. Robertson. And it is off the iron, no good. And Brother Rice has come from behind to win the city championship and Operation Friendship in 2023.
What a battle we just witnessed here inside Callahan Hall. My goodness, both teams got to feel proud. Both teams got to feel confident. If you're Cass Tech, now you're going in to the state tournament with a massive chip on your shoulder.
Oh, what a dandy. In overtime, Brother Rice wins it 66-65 on a 3 by Warren Marshall. And I'll tell you what, we have been treated to just a dandy. We're coming back with analysis and our G of the game right after this.
Hi folks, Dr. Joe here again with Michigan Orthopedic Surgeons. Did you know that kids are not little adults when it comes to sports injuries? That's because of something called the growth plate. Growth plates exist all over the human body in our growing athletes. They're actually little cartilage discs that exist at the end of all the long bones. It's simply where a kid grows. The problem is that the growth plate can be the weak link. What might be a sprain, a strain, or a tear in an adult when they hurt themselves can actually be a growth plate fracture in a kid. So it's important, if your kid has hurt themselves and they're not using their arm or they're not able to put weight on a leg, come see one of us, get an x-ray, and make sure it's not a growth plate fracture. For more information, go to miorthosurgeons.com.
Are you prepared to be transformed into a better version of yourself? Shaped into a force that others can't imagine. We are part of something bigger. A force that never quits. America's Navy. Forged by the sea. Check us out at Navy.com.
All right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Yes, there you see it, the celebration. That's Vic Michaels on the far right. Jay Alexander, the PSL, both commissioners of their leagues. Henry Garrity, by the way, being honored with Rick Ballmer there. Henry's committed to Notre Dame for football. He's been out all year with a knee. And a guy that Rice missed today, no doubt, and all season. And Henry's going to take that back to his team. But it wasn't always easy. This was one of the best battles we've seen all season long. 66-65. Brother Rice wins it. They trailed in this game by 2 with 10 seconds to go, Stick. And they put the ball in the hands of the hottest player on the court all night, Warren Marshall, and he didn't miss or disappoint.
Yeah, he had a huge game hitting three-pointers from right in front of his bench. And let's take a look at what Warren Marshall, and actually, let's get caught up on this game and how we got here. I mean, you see Brother Rice shooting it when they had to. Cass Tech trying to take it to the rim there. Blackwell with a big. And here's Marshall. He made a living in front of his bench today, knocking down three-pointers. The big one obviously coming from the wing, but there you see him taking it strong to the hoop as well. And Warren Marshall, this was the big thing right here when Williams passed it to Marshall. Lazy pass, almost cost him the game. But it's good that one of those two were able to redeem it right there with the big three to put Brother Rice up 1 and give them the win in Operation Friendship here at Callahan Hall in Detroit.
It gives Cass Tech their first loss of the year. Their 21-game win streak is snapped at the hands of Brother Rice. So both teams now move to 21-1. Both teams will head to different districts, and both teams might see each other again someday.
We hope. I mean, who doesn't want to see this again for a state championship in a packed Breslin? I'd pay for it.
We want to thank our viewers as well for their hard work tonight, watching us. We've got, over 6,000 views. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. Thanks to our great crew, Alex Westfall, Ali Hadi, leading the charge tonight in Detroit. And we're about to be joined by Warren Marshall, our G of the game. Rick Palmer joins us first. And Rick, thanks so much for joining us. Congratulations on winning Operation Friendship in overtime. What do you have to say about this win, a gutsy win for your team, and you had to come from behind, you trailed by double digits, and you kind of turned things on Cass like they've done to a lot of folks this year?
Yeah, it wasn't the prettiest game we've ever played, but I mean, credit to Cass, they do that to you. But we found a way. So in this time of year, that's what you want to do. So, I told our guys before the game, win or lose this game, both of these teams are still very in the mix to win a state title, and that wasn't going to change. And I'm glad we won. But so it was just another good test for us to get ready for the tournament. We never quit, which was what I'm the most proud of. So I'll leave it at that.
What can you say about Warren Marshall, a kid that stepped up in the biggest spotlight of the year so far? I mean, we saw him in the Catholic League do big things too, but I mean, this has really been an emerging season for him when he's been in the shadows of a lot of players.
We've got a lot of great kids, but he's probably the best of them. I'm talking about like as a kid and easiest to coach, and his journey is just special. So we started our JV team as a freshman and struggled to start and just kept working and working and working. He's a guy nobody knew about. Our last game last year, the team didn't guard him. I don't think they're going to do that again. So I'm really proud of him, and he's an easy kid to root for.
And what does that do for your team going into the state playoffs? We talked about it. You have the big three, which traditionally talk. Now you got a
Change
big
it.
four.
Change it up.
How would you try to draw up a game plan to stop Brother Rice?
If you can do what Cass can do, that's. But not everyone can be Cass, right? So,
right.
you know, at the end of the day, we're still going to make some shots, and I don't know. I haven't seen any stats yet. I felt like we turned it over a million times. 16's not too bad playing against them. Wow, Warren had 25 again.
Yeah.
You know, Kurt was good. Black, you know. And I thought we battled through some adversity there at the end.
Big time adversity.
Yeah.
You're without your point guard in the end. And you give up a turnover, and then to come back from that. I mean, it's hard to do without your point guard late in game situations.
We turned it over. Look at his eye. So we get two kind of weaker calls on that, and then that doesn't get called. But we still found a way, right? We, you know, Kaz gave us some opportunities. They missed free throws and missed some layups. So I don't know how much of it was us or them, but I'm happy we won. So.
Congratulations. A gutsy win, and we look forward to catching you down the line. Congratulations. Enjoy this one, and what a season it's been for Brother Rice.
Good job, Coach. We don't see you guys again. You guys are amazing for our area in this basketball. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Rick.
We appreciate that.
Yep.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it. That's Rick Palmer, and he'll turn the microphone over to his star player tonight, and a guy that has been a star player many a times this year, and a new member of the Big Four. It's no longer the Big Three. They've called it the Big Four.
Yes, sir.
And Warren Marshall steps up to the mic now. Congratulations, young man, on this victory and the game-winning shot when this game was on the line late and you trailed.
Thank you.
Has to feel good to be a part of something great, and this has been a great season for you and your teammates. What's it been like learning from the Big Three, your older brothers, and then really taking a key role yourself at middle point of this season?
I mean, it means a lot to me. Kurt, Black, they led us for the last 2 years, and I kind of wanted to be a part of that. So once I realized what my job was, I capitalized on it, and today was my game, and the last one was too. So they trust in me now, so I really like it.
And how comfortable is it shooting that three-point corner shot right in front of your bench, and every time you make it, you turn around and get that hype squad behind you?
Yeah, they pushed us a lot during this season, even on the bench. So I know they got my back and I got theirs, so it means a lot to me too.
Yeah, and what were you thinking on that last shot when you released it?
So the play before was a turnover, and I was like, I got to get us back. Cheeks is a good player, and so is their running back, number 2. So I was like, I got to get them back, get us back in the game. X found me like he usually does. It was wide open. I knew it was going in.
It was a beautiful shot. We had the perfect angle from here, and you could tell right off the hand it was going in.
Yeah.
What's next for you? And, I mean, look, this is you've proven that you can play amongst the best in the Central Division in the state of Michigan. I could assume that college is on your radar, and colleges are now on your radar, vice versa.
Yeah, some colleges are looking at me, but right now I'm kind of just focused on the end of the season. Got 7 games to win states, and it's win or go home from now on, and we all know that. And most of us are upperclassmen, and we really want to win this year, and we know this is the year, so just capitalizing on the opportunity we have.
Was there anybody for Cass Tech that you've played with in the offseason, or anybody you're really tight with? Was this was there a personal rivalry anywhere?
No, it wasn't really a personal rivalry. I kind of knew everyone, but it wasn't like a certain relationship with anyone, but I knew they were ready to go. They've been wanting this matchup for a while, and so have we, so we were looking forward to it. I know they were too.
What do you like to do on a snow day?
Probably sleep, and if I have the opportunity to get in the gym, probably get in the gym.
You earned it after today, man. Get that sleep.
Thank you for having me.
All right, congratulations.
Thank
there
you.
he is. That's Warren Marshall,
Congrats.
25 points, our G of the game, and he gets Brother Rice the city title tonight in Operation Friendship. We'll come back with more scores, highlights, and analysis of this one. You're watching the Prep's coverage of Operation Friendship and the collision at Callahan.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the diamond.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Yes, the venerable Callahan Hall did not disappoint today. Oh, the snow day turned to a lot of fun. UAD knocked off King in the first game, and the Catholic League gets the sweep with a 66-65 win over Cass Tech. The Catholic League has now won 7 straight in Operation Friendship. And look, both these teams played, all 4 of these teams played great basketball. All 4, let's be honest, all 4 have a chance to win a state title, no?
Yeah, no, completely. And, you know, coming into this game, we were both excited earlier in the week, like, oh, man, number 1 versus number 2. And then, of course, UAD versus King. Like, what better matchups can you get? And then when there was a possibility of these games not happening, then they pushed the game up to make them happen, and this is the result. This is exactly what we thought was going to happen in these games. And, yeah, thank you to Jay Alexander and everybody for making this happen.
We appreciate Jay Alexander, Vic Michaels, and all the folks that allowed us to get in these seats and broadcast this basketball game. It was a game that both teams led by double digits at one point. Cass was once up by 10 in the third with 2.5 left. Rice was up by 11 with 6 minutes to go until halftime in the second. But this thing battled back and got itself tied. We went to overtime, and we saw a game winner with Brother Rice down by 2. Our G of the game knocked down a 3 and sent Brother Rice home with a 21-1 record, a Catholic League title, and a city title. But now, none of it matters as we transition into Monday, and the MHSAA playoffs are about to begin, partner.
Yeah, a massive reset. And, you know, we were talking to Coach Rick Palmer before this game, and he was just talking about how it wasn't exactly a Catholic League championship. It's pride on the line, but you want to stay healthy before you get to the state playoffs. And then you saw him after that buzzer went in, and he was out there celebrating like it was a state. So it meant something no matter what conditions are put on it. And, yeah, coming into the state playoffs, man, both of these teams clearly have the skill to make it to the Breslin Center. And it's just going to be a battle here in March in the state of Michigan.
Want to thank our talented and hardworking crew for making this all possible at the Prep. We'll start with our executive producer, Alex Westfall. Your executive producer, Ali Hadi. Your replay coordinator, Hikaru Kudo, doing a great job as always on graphics. Yeah, Kudo, he killed it, no doubt. First time meeting him, he cleaned up. Evan Westfall, doing a great job on graphics. Kyle Buchanan on a camera. David Fantow on a camera. Brad the Boss Ross on a camera as well. Jamie Janssen on statistics, Pat the Stat on statistics, Simone Doyle on social media, doing great work along with Anthony Colombo. My partner to my right, running the audio deck and also running color commentary, Sam Stick Day. Thank you, brother.
Hey, thank you for having me, man. This is some of the best sports stuff I get to do. I mean, it's something when you get to sit and watch these kids, because you know this means so much to them. These are memories, and what's cool about the Prep, how awesome would it have been when we were playing to go back and be able to have our games just at our will to watch on demand.
Oh, man.
It's so special.
It is. Thanks for being a part of it. We appreciate it. Thanks to all of you for watching and you all making this a big thing.
And make sure you subscribe to the Prep if you're watching right now. Got to hit that subscribe button.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Stick. My name is Chad Bush. Thanks so much for watching today. Have a great evening. Be safe. The playoffs start on Monday. We'll have coverage somewhere, somehow. You better believe it. Thanks for watching. Your final score tonight in overtime, 66-65. Brother Rice beats Cass Tech. Good night, everybody.